Welcome back to the late night show with Midday.
No, it's not. It's the vendor's table. Welcome back to the vendor's table with Midday. MC Midday. World-renowned, international wedding MC.
You know the vibe. You know the vibe. All right,
Yeah, really
let's
cool
do
place.
this. Ready?
Can't wait to see your bloopers now.
Yeah, let's go.
Live.
All of these. No bloopers today. I've actually had a couple already.
It's alright. Don't worry. You've had a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Anyway, we move. Welcome back,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Vendor's Table. I'm MC Midday. Today we are joined by Hassan and Summer.
Hi.
Woo! We finally made it on. Yay!
How you guys doing?
Good?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Good.
Excited to be here.
Matchy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Cute. All right. So you guys got married in 2022.
Yes.
Why do I have to think so hard about it? Yeah,
Literally
2022.
last year, bro.
Yeah, man. Obviously you had.
You remember the wedding? You were there, right?
It was meant to be, but we had some technical difficulties.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, but I was there in spirit.
Of course.
We'll get onto that actually, but we're gonna start with a game.
Okay.
And the game is guess the number.
Oh,
Okay.
So I'll ask a question or make a statement, and you guys have to guess the number. Whoever guesses the closest to the correct number gets the point.
Okay.
Right.
We'll be against each other.
Alright.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Got to switch up the games.
Okay.
Okay, so first one is, according to the Guinness Book of Records, what is the most number of bridesmaids to one bride?
Oh, it's got to be a stupid number, surely.
I don't know. This can sound crazy. I don't know why. I feel 123.
Okay.
I don't know why, but that number is like,
123.
I'm
I'm going to say something like 50.
50. Okay. The answer is 168.
Oh my god.
So Summer gets that point.
The thing is, I said absurd, but I feel like 50 is absurd. So
50 is absurd. 123 is also absurd.
Why would
168?
it that many people? 168 people.
I don't
Wow.
even know. Just as bridesmaids, I don't even know how many they had at their wedding.
no, because you know, I was thinking, right? There's like, you do have weddings where there's like 1,000 people. So I was thinking, if someone's had 1,000 people, then they could have an absurd number of bridesmaids. But no, that's mad.
168
Well,
as
Production.
well.
That is literally a production.
Yeah,
Like, that
literally.
many
That's a whole
girls,
wedding.
like,
You could have a wedding with
dresses, hair,
that.
makeup.
Literally.
no, maybe it was just 168 bridesmaids and
They
no
just
one
know
else.
that's their wedding. All right,
I
cool.
wanna know
Someone's
how
got
many
that one
groomsmen was in
point.
that wedding as well, to be fair.
It's good. You might have had like 3. Just all right, someone gets that point. Next one. So wait, who answered first? Someone answered first. So Hassan,
Yeah.
you're gonna answer first for this one.
Oh, okay, damn.
Most couples married underwater simultaneously. This is in the Guinness Book of Records.
So most couples married underwater simultaneously.
Yeah.
Is it
3?
one after another?
3, as in all at the same time. They're all
All at the
underwater. They
same
all got
time,
married
underwater at the
together.
exact same. I'm going to say 3.
3,
8?
8. Okay. The number is 34.
Oh my god.
What?
All in one place?
All
in one sea?
place.
In
Yeah.
one ocean?
In one sea.
Because you know, I'm not going to...
What?
No, because
Ocean's a big place.
Wait, when you're saying underwater, yeah, are you talking like in like a
No, but who
Maldives
is blessing
underwater
the
villa?
ceremony?
From the picture I
Different-
saw, these that had the full scuba gear and they was
Oh my God.
underwater.
The whole wedding party is
Do you know what that is?
I don't know,
No,
but it might have
no,
just
no.
been the couple.
No,
Imagine
but you know what?
Couples and the bridesmaids and the family.
And the priest. No, it's the couples and the priest. So they would have had 34 priests.
Or it might have just been one doing the
Collection.
Same, they
He
were
was
just
a
saying the same
merman.
thing. Yeah.
What would you say?
A merman.
For them to hear what
No.
they're saying, it must
It would have been like, it would have been like one guy and you'd have just gone through man number 1, man number 2,
They
man
did
number
not say
3.
I do. They went like this.
Probably.
100%.
No, they went like that.
100%.
Do you take the person? Yes.
Okay, so we've got Summer's 2 up.
Bro, this is just, I'm going to come with some stupid number names.
It's got to be absurd. Okay, so Summer, you're going to answer first for this one.
Okay.
Age of the oldest bridesmaid.
Oh, it's got to be old.
Could be old, could
Come
be
on.
young.
74.
74, okay.
90.
The answer is 105.
I knew you were going to say 100 something. I knew you were going to say that.
You know what the thing is when you said so?
I almost
Because
said 102.
I was thinking, literally, all I was thinking was, I've just got to go higher than Summer.
Yeah,
Whatever it was,
I knew
I'm
it was going to
going
go
higher.
absurd. I thought you'd have gone harder than that.
No, because then when she said 70 something, if I went like 150, which obviously is really unrealistic anyway,
Yeah,
but if I'd said something too high,
you might have been too far.
it would have been too far
I
off.
hear
So I was
that,
trying
I
to
hear
like, because she's done 70, anything higher than that, I'm alright. I could have gone 74.
True. It was a good shout. But yeah, Hashi back on the board. You got one.
Hey.
Okay. This is another weird record, but it's there. The fastest time. So wait,
It's me first.
you're
this
going to go
time, yeah.
first. Fastest time to dress in your bridal gown.
I'm going to say like 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
3
No,
seconds.
shall I tell you why? 'Cause-
Final answer. Now you
No,
can
no,
take my.
no, I was thinking. No, the reason why is because you know some people have those really puffy things and they just step into
Just
it.
jump into
No,
it.
but
So-
to step into it is 3 seconds.
No, to one,
1,
two,
2, 3. You're in
three.
it. No.
No, but they might have trained for this.
Okay, 3
Alright, go on,
seconds.
what's your
you
time?
answer. What
I
you
think
going for?
it's 8 seconds.
Okay, go on.
8 seconds. 32 seconds.
Oh, what?
3 seconds is outrageous, bro. Come on.
No,
No,
okay.
I feel like
My
1,
thought,
2,
when you
you
think
could
about my
jump in.
thought,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, zipped up.
do you know what? We should try this. I reckon you could beat that. Let's get Guinness down here now.
No offense. No offense. That was not happening.
For what your dress?
For either dress.
Nah,
For any
I
of the 3, it was not happening.
Any normal
I can
wedding
actually tell
dress.
you a story about
I
it.
got a lot.
Actually, on the reception, I didn't even. I had to get Hassan's mum to come and help me zip up the gown because like this much of it was like the zip was stuck. I was so stressed out. The hairstylist was trying to. I'll save it, but yeah, I could definitely tell you. So.
No, go on, because
Yeah, like on the day, the hairstylist is like, she's just done my hair, finished it, and she was like, I'll help you get into your dress.
yeah.
Because previously I had been told I might have to put the dress on before my hair and makeup was done, and it was so heavy and like all of this, I didn't know how it was going to go for a wee, like any of that. I was like, so on the day we tried it on, they were like, yeah, no, you can definitely step into it. I was like, okay, cool. So the hairstylist helped me get into it. She's like trying to zip up and it was stuck and there was like this much of the zip, or that much maybe, I think, left to go, and it was a side zip. She's like trying to put it up, trying to put it down, trying to put it up, trying to put it down, and I was so stressed. Obviously by then I'm like sweating, I'm hot, and in my head I was like, oh my god, I was like, what is going on? I was like, there's no way. We were running late anyway, and like we were trying to get our photos, and Hassan's mum like came in and I was like, please come and help me. And she was like, slowly, and it was like just one tiny bit is where they'd done like all the alterations and stuff, and the
Fine.
zipper like got stuck. Oh my god, the hairstylist was freaking out with me. She was just like, I don't know what to do, and I was just like, I don't know either.
Once you get past that point, it was fine though.
Once we were done, yeah, it was fine, and even to get it off, no problem. But it was just that tiny
But the thing is,
bit.
if you didn't have issues with the zip, could you have done it in under 10 seconds?
No,
Oh my god. Yes.
I think, honestly,
no,
I think
that
it's possible.
dress. Do you know what?
I've
Why
seen-
don't
I've
you
seen-
try it on and try and get into it? In less than-
That's
in
I
less
would
than
pay
10
to see
seconds.
that. I would pay to see
Do
that.
you know what? Next, we'll do like a vendor's table special. We'll try
Yeah.
and break that record.
Let's do it.
Crazy.
So what that point goes to Summer.
Again.
That
Top
means
lost
that
now.
Summer's got 3. And there's only one more question left.
Okay.
So we have a winner. We have a loser. But
We're
I'll
a
ask
team
the last
anyway,
question
so-
anyway.
If she wins, I win. Right?
That's a cop-out answer, but yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, the most expensive celebrity wedding dress.
Oh god,
Go on.
is it
Is
me,
it me
first?
Summer first.
I don't know. I
Dollars,
probably
it's in
couldn't even
dollars.
guess. 80 million?
80 million.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think
Mhm.
of like a couture gown or like a really...
I'm going to say 10 mil.
Summer, okay.
80 is definitely way too high, judging by your response.
Wait, $3.5 million.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Whose dress was it?
Serena Williams.
Oh.
The thing is, I was
Okay.
thinking, I was thinking it would be like a designer, it would be a couture piece, right? So it's like a one of one.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, but then I was like, I don't know what a one of one couture
Yeah,
piece would
I don't
go.
know.
Definitely not $80 million.
80 was that was wild. I don't even think the most expensive dress ever was more than 80 million. That was, how much was that one?
Oh, you have it?
$55 million.
Wow.
Oh, so not...
So-
I mean, 80 was still way too high.
Yeah.
But
80 was still high,
55
but
mil?
55 mil, yeah.
I bet the dress had like, you know, diamonds or like something
It
on
would
it.
have
I
been
feel like it's
unreal.
that kind of
no,
stuff.
but I think it's 55 M's if you've gone to someone like,
I don't know if it's like Vera Wang or like...
I was trying to, but the thing is, like, I was going to say like not Gucci, but like, it could even be Gucci, but like a really high end, if they've done like a couture piece, like a Balmain or something.
or-
Dior, actually, yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
don't
they
know.
could, but it would have to be, it'd be something where like someone really high up is designing that piece.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into a bit of wedding chat.
Okay.
So yeah, how did you guys find your wedding?
Loved it.
Loved it.
Literally, like,
Yeah, loved
Yeah.
it.
I
Loved
think
it.
genuinely like the definition of fairy tale wedding.
What was your favorite part of the day?
So we
Of the-
we had 3 days.
Yeah.
So in our culture, we traditionally have 3 days. So we have our ceremony day, where it's like our wedding ceremony. Then we have something that's called a Mendhi, and traditionally it's done separately, and it's done before the wedding ceremony. But it's becoming more and more common now where people will have like a join and they'll do it after the wedding ceremony.
Okay.
So that's what we did. And basically a Mendhi is just like a party. Everyone has a good time. There's like dancing, there's loads of food. So that's what that is. And then the final day is your wedding reception day.
Okay.
So we had 3 days. I think we were discussing this today. I think the best day where we had the most fun was probably our Mendhi.
Okay.
But in terms of what was like picturesque and was perfect and it was just like incredible was definitely our reception day as well.
Yeah, reception
Reception
day.
day. Same for you, Summer.
Yeah, I had the most fun at the Mendhi, but yeah, you know, like as a whole event, the Walima was like what we call the reception, but yeah, that was just like a dream. Yeah,
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah.
But and that was at what? That was the one at Fairmont,
Fairmont,
yeah.
Everyone- yeah.
Fairmont Windsor Park.
Yeah.
That's a serious venue. Because I had a wedding there. I can't remember, but I went there with Nikhil. I had
Have you
Nikhil
done
there
a
that day.
few there or no?
Me?
Yeah.
Just the one.
Yeah, but it's
I
like
saw that venue and I was like,
It's
you-
stunning.
you drive in and you're just like, it's like, wow.
yeah,
It is.
the
it
whole
really
driveway. I'm pretty sure they have concierge.
Did you
service.
have
Yeah, they've got
the?
concierge, they've got grounds, they've got,
Yeah.
you know, like the fountain.
Did you have?
and
Were you in the downstairs ballroom or were you the upstairs?
upstairs on?
So we were originally going to be in upstairs, and then we moved down because guest numbers went high.
Mm.
So
Guest numbers. Nobody can
Yeah.
ever escape from guest numbers. So wait, guest numbers went up from what did they start at? When did they go up to?
I think, well, what's the capacity
I
of
think
the,
the capacity
of the other
was-
ballrooms? Like 100.
no, it's more than that. I think it's around 225 is like the max.
I think I think at one point we were looking at that room and it was like, we had like 240 guests and we were like, maybe we'll cut 15. And then from there, somehow the guest list went to like,
No, because
I don't know, maybe
so
another
what happened
100?
was,
I think, was it
no,
300 people?
we had 300. That was our final number. After like people were like saying that
After
when
some people couldn't make
dropped
it.
out and couldn't make it, etc. But
I think
we were told it was like
pushing.
225, and we were playing around with the floor plan, and we were like, okay, but our number's like 240. And then what happened is we were cutting people out, and then I think my mum kind of felt like we're just cutting people to try and squeeze into this room.
Mm.
Let's go to the big one, and then we can just invite more people and invite, like make it a celebration, if that makes sense, and
Yeah.
just make it
I think
something bigger, which I'm kind of glad we did, because also even with like 225 or 220, which was what we were trying to get down
It
to,
would have been tight.
the room would
it
have
was
been
such a
so
squash.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
like the other thing is like, mum definitely wanted like, she had like a vision for like, she wanted a walkway and she wanted us to walk in and like then have a big enough stage and like do all of that. And we were like trying to figure out where to put like a band that was going to be playing for most of it. And then like, if the guests are too close to the band, obviously they're not even going to be able to hear themselves think. And like, if the walkway was like, maybe it was going to go like at a really sharp angle, then obviously then my dress would be like dragging and there was too much stuff that they were like, I think mum was just like, she was like, we're there anyway, so instead of like cutting people out as well, then we can just like freely invite people and just have a bit more space and not feel like we're like crammed in.
It makes a big difference. I think obviously you see it where you're pretty much touching the capacity of the venue and you can barely get between the chairs. Like even me, like when I get to venues, sometimes I look and I'm like, so I can literally only just stand here.
I think one thing with us as well, because like when I think back to the day, it was perfect because there was like where we had like a 360 photo booth at the back. There was plenty of space for everyone to kind of go on it and then kind of stand around and sort of enjoy it and enjoy other people having their time on the booth and stuff like that. And then we actually had, which I think it kind of came in clutch. I think we had like 2 tables which were empty because we just had like very, very last minute dropouts, and those tables ended up being our vendors' tables.
Yay.
Which worked out perfectly because I think, it just worked out perfect in that sense.
So let's talk. Do you know what the numbers would have been just for the Fairmont day?
Fairmont itself, the venue, hire and food was probably around like between 40 and 50, something like that.
Is that including decoration?
No.
Not including deco.
That was
not
for
including
hire
anything.
and food only. But bear in mind, like that price, as soon as we had our wedding, they said a month after it was going to double. So now the price for that is like over 100k.
So like from what we like understand,
we were literally like very tight on because we knew we were doing it that week and we knew, but like I think just that was like a massive like, right, okay, well, you know,
decision.
Mm.
I think even the context of that, like it's just crazy.
It was we got really fortunate because obviously so my dad's in the wedding industry. We've got Cavendish.
Shout out Cavendish.
Yeah, big shout out to Cavendish. So we and that's where we had our Mendhi.
Okay.
So we had that at Cavendish, but so because we're in the industry, we knew quite a few people, so we knew the right people in that sense to help us out and find like a good deal. But from our understanding, what the situation was, Fairmont had just been redone, so it is very new. Like it's been around, but I think they'd redone everything.
The whole refurb on it,
and they were for the first 6 months of 2022, they were doing a soft opening. So like they weren't running at full capacity on their rooms in the hotel. All of their weddings that had been done in those first 6 months were all kind of like testers, and they were all done at like a very low rate. And then we literally got it on the brink where they've switched to the full rate where they've now got their, because I think straight after they were running at full capacity in terms of the hotel and rooms and everything like that. And then all of their rates for weddings and stuff just skyrocketed up.
I've also seen so many weddings, like they're definitely Asian weddings there. And like, you know, just even the level of like the kind of events that they are putting on is like, it's insane. It's on another level. They've got like celebrity singers and like all that sort of stuff like coming in, and it's a very like wow place, like 100%. We were lucky to get it. Very lucky.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
So what about overall figures for everything then?
Overall figures, it's like north of 90 for the 3 days. I think something like that.
Yeah.
Bumba clap.
Yeah.
So it was big. No, but honestly, we got a first thing,
grandchild first.
Yeah.
So that was that's definitely a big factor. But obviously, like my parents definitely they went above and beyond.
Yeah.
And that's for them like so thankful because honestly they smashed it on every level.
Yeah, though. But and it was how you wanted it as well.
But I think, do you know what? Genuinely speaking, we're so genuinely so fortunate because from clothes to every detail, we literally had the best. And even down to like makeup artists and stuff like that. But you know,
I think everything really did tie together like so well. Like honestly couldn't have got better people like to help be involved and plan and like be on the day. And like there was no one, I don't think, that obviously we'll get to like proper vendors like after, but yeah, there's no one that I think I was like came out of the wedding and was just like, oh god, wish I'd gone with someone else. Like
would you?
Really?
I was segue into the next question. Is there anything you do differently, or was there anything or was there a vendor you would
I was going to think who it could be now.
Okay, wait, so one thing, so like, because obviously, so like I mentioned, obviously my dad's got Cavendish, right? And so I've worked there a little bit and I've put weddings together for someone else. And And so I'd like to say that I have knowledge of the industry and a knowledge of that. But putting this together, I learned so much more about, and there's a few things. It's like quality and there's price and stuff like that. So we can get into that a little bit. But yeah. So are you saying vendors that?
Let's start with vendors. Yeah.
So basically,
are you going to talk about entertainment?
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about now.
Basically, we had this dance group, and we wanted to have a dance group, and they were very talented, very, very good, just did not match the vibe at all.
Just not the right.
And it just wasn't the right. And I don't think it was, I don't lit there and think, oh, it was horrible. But sometimes we've watched the wedding film and we went, look back and we just kind of like chuckle.
We were just after like a different kind of energy.
Fine.
And I think like everything in the event had like gone well. Like we just, I don't know. I think
don't know
also,
how to
like,
explain
at the
it. It just
time-
doesn't match the vibe. And I think when we watch the wedding video together, like when we do it, we'll get
I
everyone
feel
round.
like you'll be able to
I think
tell.
you're watching, you'll be like, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But the thing is, like I said, they are very talented people. I don't think they were bad. I just don't think they would match the vibe. So I think I would either cut that completely or then maybe spend more time on finding the right group.
Something else.
Because I think with that one thing we did is we were just like, right, we need a dance group.
It was one of our last things that we did.
wanted like an Asian sort of dance group, and we want like someone like who can do Bhangra. And we were looking, and then we just kind of, I think that one we just didn't put as much effort into finding it.
Fine.
And I think, but like I said, some people enjoyed it. Some people were like confused as to why they were there. but like I said, I wouldn't say that they're not talented or whatever. I just think it's just...
Yeah, and it's not that they were horrible to work with either. It just literally was just...
I think they are used to a very different crowd type to what we were.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think they were like... So I think it's not
just...
did
they have too much energy, not enough energy?
No, I think they're used to the crowd being
really loud
energetic
and
really
all
like
that sort of stuff.
Whereas
I just think our families and friends are just very like chilled, very much like I feel like everything else in the event, like they just absorbed it. So it wasn't like, I feel like at the Mendhi, that's a very like interactive event. Everyone's like, you know, cheering and dancing and singing and all of that. Whereas the reception, at that point at the reception, we hadn't opened the dance floor or anything yet. So you're not really like interacting or engaging. So I feel like,
and we didn't even use them to open the dance floor, because for our Mendhi, we had these doll players and there was like, so there's 4 of them and they play like the drums and stuff, and they did a set where it's like mixed in with like music.
Okay.
So, and we used them to open the dance floor.
Yeah, they opened it with like, it was a Major Lazer song. So it was like them like playing like doll like over that, which actually was like really sick, and it got people onto the dance floor. Yeah.
And it was, and the thing is, so like that worked really well because we done our dance performances. So on the Mendhi, typically like you do some dance performances. So I done one with the boys, which you saw some of the rehearsals for. And then Summer done one with her friends as well. And then literally I said, the way I planned it with the DJ, I said straight after that, like let their set come straight in. So I think, it was my dance. So Summer's was first, then it was mine. So everyone was amped already from the dances. Everyone was excited.
Yeah.
Then this doll group came through, and their set again was sick. And then obviously everyone was hyped, jumped onto the dance floor. Whereas I feel like with the reception, it was kind of almost like shoehorned in because it was after speeches and before the first dance. So it was like,
damn.
So we kind of like, it was just, what it should have done is probably before speeches, they should have gone, and then it should have been speeches, first dance, and then dance floor open.
Probably, yeah.
That would have been better, but...
We live and we learn.
Of course. Hindsight's always...
So apart from vendors, would you do anything else differently on the days?
Pull out your list.
Where do I start? No, I'm joking. One thing I would definitely say is in speeches, never list names, never try and shout out everyone, because...
Well, you can write it down.
I did. So I
did write it down, and it was written, I think, as well.
And do you know what? I think it was just honestly.
So the names you missed were written.
Yeah.
So you intentionally meant to miss those people.
No. Don't try it. What camera? That camera, yeah? That one. Michael, I'm sorry. I had your name on the list, I swear. I swear. I missed Marco. But again, so sorry, bro. I promise I had you on there. As God is my witness, you were on there. And you know what? Shout out you now. I shout you out now, Michael. You get your own personal shout out now, right? But that was one. And then the other one was, I missed the vendor. Okay. And so what I would do differently is basically just do a general shout out for everyone and do a general shout out for
all the vendors.
Because you know what? At the end of the day, when you're shouting out your friends, they know who they are. So I know it is nice to do names, but I'd give it a wide berth next time, 100%.
Fine.
But
is that yours? Yeah,
that's definitely I think so. Yeah, that's
Summer. Have you got one?
Yeah, I don't think. No, I actually don't think.
Really, it was perfect for you.
I don't think there was anything like, I don't know, very, very minor, but we had entrances at our Mendhi. Like, I wish I'd like rehearsed that with my girls a little bit more. Because I think on our video, like, I think the boys look a bit more.
No,
he said that they weren't coordinated. They look a bit more coordinated, whereas we definitely, I didn't actually know the song that I was coming into. It was like, it was chosen. And I was just like, oh yeah, cool. Okay. I'd heard like a bit of it, but I didn't. So, and I'm like I like to know what it's like coming on. If I'm going to be singing or dancing to it, then I kind of want to know what's going on. Yeah. So that's kind of like apparent. But you know what, I had no idea what was going on. But other than that, I actually don't think.
Do you know what the thing is? I genuinely think your entrance on the Mendhi was so much better than ours. But the thing is, we had practiced a little bit of like some sort of thing, what we were going to do. For me, everything went out of the window because we literally probably practiced it twice.
Okay.
Maybe less than, maybe even once, right? We practiced what we were going to do, all went out the window. Also, Meeks was in my entrance, and so was my other friend Ali, who didn't come to any dance rehearsals.
Fine.
And then I think there was just a lot of excitement because this was obviously the day after our wedding ceremony, and it was the first time seeing the boys, first time seeing the girls. So I think everyone's excited. So you're not really thinking about what you're doing for this entrance. But I thought Summer's looked amazing compared to ours. I think we did good. I don't think it was horrible. But I still think yours was good. So yeah, I don't know.
The only other thing which I've actually just thought of now is, so we were like running late on the reception day. Obviously then all the drama with my dress delayed us by another 15 minutes or whatever. By the time we got out for photos, we were like on, Fairmont has a bridge. So like we wanted to have photos on the bridge. We wanted to have photos in the grounds. Our guests are arriving. So like there was a point where we're like, I don't know, there's like a little bit where they have like, I think where they have their valet. So we were like there and we were waiting.
That's where the water feature is, isn't it?
Yeah. So we were like waiting because we might have been taken out in a golf buggy or something. And like I could see my cousins are like coming from really far away. And I said to the photographers, I was like, stand in front of me now. I was like, my cousins are there. I was like, I don't want them to see me like I haven't done my entrance yet or like any of that. And then I think there was one point like definitely like some of our guests drove past us on the bridge. Yeah. So like it's really, really minor, but I feel like I wish we'd just done pictures a little bit earlier. Maybe, or like I don't know. With us in some of those
so do you know? So with the reception day, it was perfect. It was breathtaking. It was amazing. But I think there was certain things because we were on such a time constraint. Like it was just it was tight schedule. Like there were certain things which we kind of like missed. Like we did such an amazing photo shoot on the grounds, made full use of it. But like it would have been nice if I had. Because like I was very like on it with the boys to come in. You need to wear black tux, black bow tie. I want you all looking, and it's like painting shoes, everything. I was giving them a proper list, and then I feel like there's a nice pictures that we've got on stage, all of us together, but there wasn't any like in the grounds or somewhere else of us together. And I think even Summer, like it would have been nice if she had some with her friends, and then on top of that, family as well.
Yeah,
because but it was just tight because like. I think for us to have got that done, we would have had to start getting ready at like
we would have had to be so early. Like all our guests would have had to come early. But you know, like other people's weddings, like now, like we've just been to like one of my friends' weddings like recently, and she, you know, had all of her bridesmaids like they had their shoot, and like their family had their shoot in the grounds, and they've just had their pictures back. And I think that's just one thing I feel like we missed. But there's actually, honestly, now that I think about it, there's nothing we could have really done.
Yeah,
you can't really make sure. Also, like coordinating all your family and all your friends to be there and be ready and
because
be on
like
time
even with because a lot of my family, so we were fortunate enough where we basically managed to stay the night before the wedding day.
Okay,
so we had our suite from the day before. And so we woke up on the wedding day there. Then we had one night after that, the wedding night, if that makes sense. So we're lucky we got one extra night basically. But a a lot of my family, immediate family, were arriving at Fairmont on the day
Okay.
to get ready. So check-in
Oh,
for
nice.
them was like 2. Obviously the function's starts at 5:30, so you've got enough time to get ready. But then to get ready and then try and get pictures is still a tight schedule.
Yeah.
Very tight.
And then I think, I'm not sure, I think it was Adam, so my little brother, he left his trousers at home. So someone had to go back and get it. I think it was him. It was either him or one of my cousins.
Techie.
So yeah, so do you know what I mean? So when it's like
Yeah,
those,
stuff
you can't
happens,
account
innit?
for stuff like that.
Yeah.
Although I did question it. I was like, how have you forgotten your trousers? Like, it's the main part of your outfit.
These things happen, bro. What was the best and worst parts of the planning process for you guys? Obviously, it would have been a bit different for you in particular, because obviously you said you've been kind of in and around the scene.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know if you agree with this, but I would say the best part was shopping.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say clothes.
That was
yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah.
Like,
We had different outfits for different days. We had everyone in like color schemes. You know, like I think definitely for me, like you're a bride, you've got like 3 outfits to choose. You're like, it's really exciting. It's like buzzing. We knew what our decor was gonna look like, and we had like, yeah. I think also then like getting family outfits, like making sure like everyone was coordinated. Definitely getting friends outfits, that was like sick, and all my friends have like never worn Asian outfits, so they were like buzzing because they're all going to be in the same color. Like that, I think that was like really, really exciting.
that was, yeah, I would agree. I think anything shopping related was fun. Like, I think from going to like picking the cake and from picking outfits, like we went, me, mum, dad and my brother, like my reception day was like a suit from Dior. And that was just like, that was really a really fun experience. Like
The whole
it
shopping
was,
experience.
I don't think I'd ever buy a suit from somewhere like that ever again in my life.
Yeah.
And that whole experience was fun. Like it was dope. Like it was sick. So stuff like
it's a vibe
that
still.
was really, really good. I'd
most
say the
challenging
worst
parts?
part or the challenging part is like you're searching for a vendor. The vendor is either perfect for you on price or it's like something you really like and then they're not available on the day.
Okay.
Or so like they're really good on price and then they do something and you kind of like get a bit frustrated. So you're like, no, I'm not going to.
Okay, fine.
So as an example I'll give on that was like cake.
Yeah.
So me, my mum and dad found this. No, actually, no. Well, we found this cake company, but it was recommended from a friend.
Okay.
And that's one thing that we did, I think, with all of our vendors. Like we tried to go off recommendations and people we knew directly or indirectly in a way. But yeah, so one of my friends had used this cake person before, or this cake company before. And so we set up like a meeting with them and they were so hospitable and they were really, really nice. Also really, really expensive. So we were like, we kind of love you to bits, but we're going to shop around a little bit more. We found a few other companies and their price point was really, really good, but their service was like really bad. And it was just shocking because it's still a lot of money to part ways with. So as an example, the person who we actually went with in the end, so they basically were charging like, I think over 2K for this cake, right? But they invited us over they had their studio in the house. They invited us over, done a cake tasting with us, done a whole planning, sketching of how we're going to make this cake. And it was like a unique design for us to match our decor and everything. But then this other company we found, it was like, I think around £1,000, maybe a little bit more. That was what they were charging for a similar sort of service. But then they were like, genuinely, they were like, yeah, pay this is the money, pay it and we'll deliver it. There was no cake tasting. There was no, you find out your design on the day. There's no, literally like, it was just really, really bizarre. So obviously I'd message them and said, look, we're not going to go ahead with you. We found someone else. And then it was really weird. They were like, oh, who have you gone with? And I was like, oh, we've just gone to another company. And they're like, oh, but why? And then we were just there like, I can remember saying to my mom, I was like, why is he asking me this? I think I remember being on the phone to Summer and I was like, even Summer, I was like, why would you ask that? Like,
service is key, man.
I was like, for me, it just didn't make sense. And I just said to him, I said, look, no offense, like you're not offering a cake tasting. I don't know what this cake's going to look like, right? We're spending a lot of money on this event. I'm not going to go in blind. And like, yeah, okay, fine, your price point's good,
Yeah.
but even still, £1,000 is a lot of money to part ways with and not know where it's going.
sure,
not
for
know what it's
sure.
going to look like or taste like. I think also just from even just the sounds of things, like a lot of this kind of, obviously like a wedding's like a really personal thing, and like if you're not providing a service which feels like it's personal, you're just
Yeah.
automatically like put off by it,
Yeah, 100%.
because you know that you're just another event for them.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't, I don't think you should ever feel like
Yeah.
that at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is for most, but you can make people believe that.
Yeah.
And you obviously, but actually,
Yeah.
not even make them believe it, but, you know, make everyone feel special. It's
Yeah.
their special day. So.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that's why we went with that company, like I said, the ones we kind of like really kind of connected with. But the thing is, they were amazing because you can tell they were so experienced in that industry.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I know it sounds, because they even said like the way they were like, I remember them describing it to me. So when we're going to set it up here and you walk like this and then you go around like this, and then on the day they were there.
On the day they were
and
there.
they gave those instructions. And the funny thing is, we bumped into him as we were going to go in. So like everyone had kind of been seated. They were waiting for our entrance, and he was there, and he just goes, look, remember, go around this way, come round. You're going to greet your parents and you can greet Summer's parents, and then come around, and then we'll get reset. And then I'll just quickly step in and give you a few, like, tell you what to do.
Yeah.
And so we done that walk in, and even to be honest, it was kind of like for us to even speak to him, because he just kind of made us feel a bit more
like
relaxed.
calm, but like really excited at the same time. Like really, like he was like, oh, like really nice to see you guys and blah blah blah, and like all of that. But then he was like, oh, just remember, like this is where you need to go, this is where you need to look, like maybe hold the knife like this, and you know, your hand
but
over
that's what he
this,
did.
and,
So
like,
when
blah,
he
blah,
came
blah, like, all of
round,
that.
when he came round, so when we've done that and we've come round, and obviously because Summer's dress was so long and like huge veil, once you go round, you're gonna have to reset it.
Yeah.
So you reset it for us to cut the cake, and then when it was that reset was kind of going on, he just kind of came over and he was like, right, you cut between here and here. Under here is your slash pre-cut that you feed each other with. And then he was like, he goes, Hassan, you hold the knife, Summer, you put your hand like that. And do you know what I mean? And he goes, that's going to obviously would look best in pictures and video. So it was just that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that is something that's another reason why we loved our videographers and photographers, because we were really like kind of close with them for like the 3 days, because we used the same company all 3 days. And they were just like, there was certain things, like you go to so many weddings in your life, but when it's yours, it seems like, for me anyway, everything just went out the window. So he's just like, okay, what do I do next?
Yeah.
And it was nice that they just kind of nudge you in the right direction. Like,
Yeah.
mate, you need to do this, you need to do that. Like, and it
Also,
just made
you
everything
can-
seem really like easy and relaxed.
You could tell how experienced they were, because they can sort of like read your family, read your friends, like read what's going on, and like you don't need to tell them like, oh, this is what we want to do, or like they could guide you through, or they just remember, they'd be like, oh, like, do you want to do solo shots here? Like on the Mendhi day, that was like really nuts, like as a day, but they like made sure that we made time for it. And it's like afterwards in the videos and in the photos, you're like, oh yeah, we're really glad they said,
You
like, let's
appreciate
just do
that,
this. Yeah.
If you could give one bit of advice to people planning their wedding now, what would that be?
I know this sounds really cheesy, but enjoy it. I feel like I've heard
like
so many like stories of like people talking about, you know, like guest lists, and people's like families have different ideas of how they want theirs to go. Like I've got a wedding later on this year, and I know that that's definitely happened like for one of my friends. And like I think, you know, everyone's like all coming together. It's really exciting. It's really like crazy and like all of that. But yeah, I think like costs and everything can make you feel a bit like bogged down, and like looking through stuff, I bet like also probably feels really exhausting, like when you're working and you're like, but you should enjoy it. It's like you're never gonna get it again. So
Dope. I like that.
I think what you've got to do is, I think you've got to be strategic with planning. I think first you've got to like agree on numbers, understand how many people you want to attend. And then, so like a lot of people are like, oh, I think there's a perception where people think that, oh, if you either have to go, your budget either has to be huge or it has to be really small. And if your budget's really small, you can't cater to loads of people, kind of thing. But I think there's a lot of venues out there that can cater for your number as well. So I think one thing I would always say is, you understand how many people you're having at this wedding, then try and have an understanding on budget, and then try and then obviously call up venues. You say, right, what's your capacity? Okay, cool. You work for me. What's your price? Put that down. Keep looking. And I think one thing is, so like we had a budget given to us for makeup artists and hairstylists or whatever for the 2 days.
Mhm.
And basically I wanted Summer to have this particular makeup artist because she was like creme de la creme. Like she was like,
Yeah, she was.
she was like basically almost like
she
a
is.
celebrity makeup artist. She's huge, unreal. And obviously when we looked at that, it was like 70% of the budget, right? For the 2 days.
Oh, fine. Okay.
So 70% of the budget was like gone. And then I think we were like looking and we were kind of thinking, you know what, we might just not be able to have it because we need more than like 30% to try and make up the next day. But we carried on looking and then we found someone who was incredible and her price point kind of matched.
For the Mendhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was incredible. Yeah, I found her through Instagram, through TikTok. Obviously, like just seeing Mendhi has like a really specific for brides. Like they'll have like flowers in their hair and then like big braids and like all that kind of thing. And I had like an idea for a look, and I saw that she'd done this on another bride, and she quoted me, and she did hair and she did makeup, and she was so nice. And like
and she was just honestly like she was incredible. But the thing is, I think she could genuinely charge the same as what this celebrity one has, but celebrity artist charged. But the thing is, the celebrity artist has like a status. She's got that certain level of status, so she can pull out a crazy price, if that makes sense. And I think the girl that done Summer on the Mendhi, she could definitely throw out those prices, but it's just her status isn't there yet, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I do genuinely believe like if you search and you are patient with it, you take your time and not just kind of stress, you can find vendors who are really, really good at what they do and they meet your price bracket. Does that make sense?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think
that's something that is definitely like, I think it's definitely doable.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, we'll wrap it there. Thank you very much, guys.
No worries.
Thank you for joining me. We got some gems out there.
Yeah.
That's another episode of Endless Table. Join us next time for some more fun. We're on Apple, Spotify, Bleeper, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Join us next time.
Bye.